Good afternoon, everyone. I am the pitch hitter today.
One more thing to
For Joe.
Oh, there is a.
Okay. Good afternoon. Is everyone happy knitting? Yeah. All right. Now I'm probably going to miss half the things on my list, but we'll get this through. We'll go get through whatever together. Okay. I'm supposed to welcome everyone attending in person and watching on our YouTube channel. The meeting is being recorded today and will be available for viewing on the Guild's YouTube channel later this week. We have members news that Sandy Pleasangame's husband passed away June 27, 2023. Any knitting updates? Anyone? No? Okay, the website password. Beth has stickers with the new website password you can attach to your membership card. Or raise your hand. Thank you. Fine Arts Day at Daniel Boone Home. Mary and I will be attending. I will be there at around 9 o'clock to set up the tables. If you would like to come hang out for a couple hours, an hour, 10 minutes, there's a sign-up sheet. There's a sign-up sheet. Oh, well, thank you, Vanna. She's holding it up. And it's Saturday, September 2nd from 10 to 4 in Defiance, Missouri. The Knitters Guild will have 2 tables and 4 chairs at this event. Why does that matter? I don't know, I'm just reading. So we have a chair if you need a chair. If not, we'll sit on the tables. Okay? We welcome members to come knit with us at the event or volunteer to bring samples of knitted projects. We're going to show basic knitting or yarn winding demonstration. So, who likes to wind yarn? Anyone? Okay. No, now don't put your hands up all at once. I can't keep count. So hopefully I'll see a few people there to help. Okay, this is the 18th annual Lake Area Fiber Arts Festival is open to the public and it's free admission. It's at the Community Christian Church, 1064 North Business Route 5 in Camdenton, Missouri. Does anyone know where that is? I have no idea.
It's the Lake of the Ozarks.
Oh, that would be good, and go do some water skiing after. And then that's Friday, October 13th from 12 noon to 6, and Saturday, October 14th from 9 to 3. You can check out the website for more information on classes. I'm seeing if it's on our. Is this going to be on the website?
It is. If you go to, I think it's local, I forget the link, but I think it's local stuff. There's one that says events. And
Perfect.
It's also on Facebook.
Thank you. Oh, my little social media people love you. Okay, the minutes. Are there any corrections for the minutes from our July 8th meeting printed in the August newsletter? Do I have a motion to approve?
I so move.
Second?
Sure.
Oh.
Who's saying sure?
All righty then. All in favor?
Aye.
And the minutes are approved. The treasurer report. Are there any questions on the June treasury report that was published in the August newsletter?
I don't know any of the people.
If not, they will be submitted for audit. Other reports. Administrative Vice President Carol Regan. Okay, that's me. Huh? I hope everyone's getting excited for the Founders Day luncheon.
Sure.
Yay! Can I look your hoo-hoo? Perfect.
We got a lot of reservations.
I
already.
did notice that. It is September. No, it's not. It is October 4th. Whenever it's that week. October 7th. And the deadline is September 9th. The reason why we have to put a deadline is because I'm meeting with Greg, with Andres to get a final count, get the menu set, and I will need that final count. So I apologize, but we will not accept any reservations after September 9th. Okay?
And that's in the mailbox. Do not mail it on the 9th, have it in their mailbox.
Oh, okay. Do not mail it the 9th, have it in the mailbox. I just talked to Susan. She's gonna put it on the website, so you don't even have to mail it in, save your stamps. They're getting expensive. And it's going to be on the website, it's going to be in the calendar section, and it's going to be, it'll say register, and then it'll have, there's the form, and then you can pay by PayPal. The pay will be given to Laura, and then the forms will be emailed to me, and I will forward them to you.
It's not, the luncheon isn't on PayPal.
She's going to put it on there. Is that okay? Laura, is that okay if we do it that way?
It'll be just like the membership registration.
Right, it's not me, does the president know this?
You guys let me know if you want me to do it.
Okay, and I will let myself know if we can do that also. I will let her know. I will ask.
It's always been no. It's always been, yes.
Isn't there a fee for
We did
PayPal?
it some years ago. We did it.
Yeah, there is a fee for PayPal. Isn't it a percentage usually?
It's a very small percentage. I mean, I think for a $15 membership, the fee is like $1 something. So for $20 ticket, it's probably $1 something. But you just tell me if you want me to do it.
I will ask Joe. And then Laura, you will have the final decision, okay?
Yeah, I don't care. I just-
So I will ask Joe.
Well, can we set it up $20 plus $1.50 to cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could, did you hear that, Susan?
Yes, that's what it will be.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, getting back to, yes,
Is there, or can there be another option besides PayPal? I've had a negative experience with them long time ago,
understand.
but I stay clear of them, and I mean.
I understand.
I don't want to do that.
We have options here on September 9th. You can bring a check.
Oh, okay.
And there's actually forms on the table. Vanna, White, can you hold up the form, please? She has the forms at the table, or you can pay cash.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the next meeting,
Checks are okay.
checks are
Oh.
wonderful. Okay. The day, I'm going to have a sign-up sheet September 9th. I'm going to have assignments that day. So one is to come in early and set up the centerpieces. So if you want to sign up for that. Another one is to sit at the door and check off people who come in to make sure they did pay. And there's going to be other, she's laughing at me. There will be other things that will need to be completed, like the cupcakes to be put on the table.
We
And
get
I-
cupcakes?
Yeah.
All right, cupcakes.
Okay. Chocolate or vanilla? No, I'm joking.
Yes.
Get a mixture.
It's a good meal.
And then,
Cupcakes over the top, right?
you know, I didn't get this skinny by not eating cupcakes.
Me too.
And then, I'm trying to think, I don't have any notes for that day. And oh, chemo hats. Oh my goodness.
Raffle. And the raffle.
Okay, I got that on my list. Next to do. Chemo hats. May has a pattern that is on the Vanna. Thank you. It's on the table.
On the back of the agenda.
If you want to grab one, it's a pattern for the chemo hats. I suggest to do, I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby. It's soft and I use it for all of my chemo hats or my baby hats because it doesn't have that acrylic and all that. Raffle. Excuse me? I love this cotton. You're so welcome. And right now, just FYI, 30% off all yarn at Hobby Lobby. I'm not endorsed by them. The raffle. If you would like to donate, please bring it September 9th because it'll give me a month to get it all organized, labeled, and to be put on the table. When you do bring it, please put your name on it, because I want to make sure you get acknowledged for your donations.
Bring
Put
it to the meeting?
To the meeting, yes. If you want to donate, you don't have to if you want to go through your stash. But, I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to, it's not mandatory. But it would be appreciated. Okay, then, any, sure.
In the past, when we've done our charity focus, we were able to bring it the day of the Founder's Day and donate it that day. Would you not have that time?
Thank you. Thank you.
That's for the chemo hats. I need an extra month.
Okay, for the chemo hats, thank you for bringing that up. For every 5 chemo hats you bring in the day, just the day of the Founders Luncheon, you're gonna get a raffle ticket. Okay, so for every 5.
And when you come, you get a raffle.
Correct, just for attending, you get a raffle ticket.
But when you said donations next month, you meant like donations for raffle prizes.
Correct.
The chemo hats are able to be donated up until the day.
Did I not clear that?
I think there was some confusion.
Sometimes I just blab, blab,
You're
blab.
okay.
So you have to keep me in line. Since my husband's not here, someone has to. Okay, any questions? Those were good questions, thank you. Any other questions? Founders Day. Any suggestions? I love suggestions. No? Alrighty then. Communications, Mary. Do you need my glasses?
No, I got my own. Can everybody hear me without that microphone?
Yes.
Excellent. The only thing I have to talk about, I left my papers over here, unless somebody has questions, is the Boone Home, the historic Boone Home Fiber Fest on September 2nd. So this is the last meeting we'll have before that comes up. I have a sign-up sheet. If you know you're coming and you know when you're coming, sign up. If you just like on the 2nd of September, you wake up in the morning and you go, oh my God, I just have to go where there's a bunch of fiber. And you can come anyway. I'm sure there's going to be room. I don't think it's going to be crowded. And as you said, if it is and we run out of chairs, we'll just sit on the table. It'll be fun. But if you get the urge, come on and feel free to come in. There are going to be people demonstrating spinning, weaving, everything from the sheep to the hat. So, any questions about that or any other questions about communication stuff? No? I'm done. Who's next?
I don't talk loud, so I'm
Okay,
going to
I
use
don't think
this.
that's on.
It is. You can hear it out.
Can you hear it?
I can hear the reverb. Okay. Chemo hats donated Founders Day luncheon day, which is good. We'll make sure they get taken care of. Somebody probably can hold their light green, I love this cotton yarn up because there were 2 on the table and they've gone. Yes, that's what it looks like. And it's very soft and very lovely. We don't have a lot of that particular type, but we do have cotton and we do have very soft yarn. We also have some beautiful white, it's called Comfort. It's half cotton, half acrylic, I think. And that works out very, very well. So take as much as you want because we've got this very generous and very large donation coordinated by Joni Orwick, who is a new member here, and she's here somewhere. Okay, and then, but there were a lot of people involved because this was a massive stash. Don't anybody pass away with a stash as big as this. Noted. Yeah, it's right. Exactly. Write that down.
I put it in my will, okay?
And, that's a good idea. We should all
I am
have
actually gonna do
an
that.
estate plan for our yarn stash. Yes, indeed. Okay. one of the things that May wants to talk about, or want me to talk about, is that next month meeting, September and October, the Newborns in Need needs sleepers, pajamas, and sleep sacks for babies in size, write this down, preemie to 4T. I don't know what 4T is, but you guys with children know. Okay, good. And they can be new or gently used and very clean, and also just like you would put on a newborn of your own. The other thing she wanted me to say is they have so many, at the Newborns in Need, they have so many preemie hats that they're kind of only asking for newborn size hats at this point.
Or a little larger.
Yeah, when newborns are up to 4T, you know? I don't know what a 4T head is, but it's probably like a first grader. Anyway, the head sizes are really big for people. And let's see, what was the other portion of that? I don't know. It's whatever. Somebody made some monsters back there. You got to see the monsters. They are so cute. And they're going to go to Newborns in Need. I wish we had 50 of those, but they're a complex thing to make. We are on track, I think, for regular hats. Don't be complacent, but we are. Okay. Get this back, and I think I'm done unless somebody has a question. Okay. Oh yes, come forward. I didn't know you were here. You just got here. Okay. This lady is collecting the baby blankets for the and this is Margaret Tucker.
Hi there.
And
Hi.
she has the pattern in what, March,
Yeah,
April,
March or May.
June, whatever.
I mean, I'll
Yeah.
happily
Yeah.
send it
Yeah.
again. Yes, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has made a blanket for the preemies in the NICU at St. Louis Children's Hospital.
Can you
we've
hear
gotten-
her?
Yeah,
Good.
okay. We've gotten some donations already. Just wanted to say there's still plenty of time to make a blanket. They're fast, they're fun. We were hoping we'd collect them in November, so we've still got some time. Just to show y'all, they're really fun to do in speckled yarn. So we've got one right here that I made. And then I got my husband to make one. So he can do it, y'all can do it. Yes.
What size do you want?
30 by 30.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah,
It can be bigger.
yeah, 30 by 30.
What kind of yarn did you use on
So this is Knit Picks Speckle. Knit Picks Brava Speckle. So yeah, the speckle is really fun. It keeps you going. So yes, so please do make a blanket. My son was in the NICU at Children's. This is a really special cause to my heart, and they do great work there. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And one of the things that she illustrated was the tails.
Yes, as you can
Tuck
see,
your tails.
they need to be sewn in.
Yeah,
We're
tuck
working
your
on it.
tails. Teach your husband how to do that. Okay. Let's see. The other thing that I wanted to say, that young lady is going to wash and package those blankets, so you don't have to wash them. They need to be washed in a certain way, and she needs to make sure that happens. So we can trust you, but the NICU doesn't trust anybody. But anyway, you just bring your, we initially said washed in a bag and all this stuff. Just make sure that the yarn you use is newish, not like 30-year-old red yarn. Yeah, well, you know, we see that all the time. It's back, some of it's back there. So, any questions more? Okay.
Is this your, yes. Yes. Thank you, Pam. Okay, now we have education. Sue and May. Take it away, May. It's all you, kiddo.
Okay, I don't know how loud I am, so I'll borrow this. Today's program is going to be on the TKGA. Who knows what TKGA is? Read your newsletter better, it's in there. This is the Knitters Guild
Association.
Association. Yeah, the Knitters Guild. I was trying to think of the initials. The Knitters Guild Association. Not of America because they're international. We're going to go through the website because our guild is a member, and you're going to find out why. And we have access to everything on it. If you are a member, you also can have access to it. And that includes some things that are really fun to learn. Next month's meeting is going to be a look at our website. It has been updated, and there's lots of things on there, so to be able to find everything that's on there, we're going to go through that. So stay around for the program.
Carol, you're doing a very nice job.
Oh, thank you.
We only hear bad things, right?
Yeah.
Let's give her a hand.
I'll be here next month also running the meeting. I don't, if they're grooming me for something.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Oh, Mary Ellis, I didn't see you come in.
Mary Ellis.
For the luncheon, I always invite people to come and sit at my table. If you don't know anybody and like, oh, I don't know anybody, you know me, I'll have my crown on, come and join me. I already got 2. If I have more than 2, I'll have another happy hostess welcoming you to guild. I have made like 3 really good friends by inviting people to come and sit with me. And Corey, you're coming, right? And sitting with me. And on chemo hats, remember when somebody has lost their hair, their head is smaller. So we want to think small, and also several people I know were put into chemical menopause. And I don't know if any of you had a difficult menopause. I'm still on fire. I would gladly take this top off if I had a better bra on. Because everybody's like, it's so cold. I'm like, bring it on, bring it on. So just remember me and sort of not like a winter hat, more a lighter color, a lighter hat. Okay, so let me get my stuff together. We have one visitor, Jan Hetzler. Yay, Jan. Welcome. And when you join, you have a chance of getting the fabulous prizes. We have 54 members here today. So, and the prizes are really good this time. I keep getting better and better prizes. And I do accept donations for prizes. Something that's not good for the raffle would be fine for me. So, Margaret Tucker.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alrighty. Wendy Shaw. Wendy, are you a sock knitter by any chance? Okay, well I have a little booklet. Would you be interested? Sure. And a little sock tails.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alrighty. Wendy. Barb Slade.
I went last time.
Okay, pick a number.
Oh, 34, I do not.
Ermeline. Little tiny jade markers. They're really pretty. I don't know, Barb, did you, was that a setup for Ermeline? Okay. And one more. Liz
Liz Owens? Are you here, Liz?
Yeah, she's back there. Yeah.
Okay, come on up and get your prize.
I can take it to her.
Thank you. So I hope we see everybody at the Founders Day. It's a very fun thing, and just remember, you're more than welcome to sit with me. Yes.
Okay, show and share. Sarah is taking photo in Lee's absence. Return the show and share forms to Sarah. Sarah, there she is. Okay, we're gonna take a 15-minute break. Oh, sure, come on up, Heather. Come on down. All right, Heather. You're the next contestant.
Super quick, I was late, sorry about that. I was actually at Seven Sisters for the Leading Men Trunk Show, so you guys have until 5 o'clock today to get down there. I did take about 8 skeins off your hands, so. But I'm really excited to announce Michelle and I are teaming up, and we are doing a fall hat drive with the Knitters Guild. So we're supporting your guys' efforts for knitting hats. So for every hat that you knit in the months of September, October, and November, you're gonna get a raffle ticket. You're gonna put your information on there. We're gonna take it. In September, October, and November at the Guild meetings, we will pull and we will have gift cards for our shops as well as other donations. We are also doing this with our shops, so we will also have drawings that will be happening outside of the Guild meetings as well. So I have flyers. I figured I would pass them around, and we hope that you guys, we really want to encourage you guys doing your donation knitting. Obviously, you guys have tons of yarn, but if you don't find something or you happen to be at YarnCom, I can say we also have some donation yarn in the back to help with us making stuff for others. And we just really want to support the Guild and also support the organizations they support here in the community. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Heather. Come on up. Would you like a microphone?
Yeah, I do.
I guess maybe. Okay, there you go.
I finally remembered to bring the cowl that I made in a class at the April Fiber Festival. It's called the Sprong Mobius Cowl, and it was the pattern is by Ariel Gardner, who taught the class at the workshop, and the yarn is Juniper Moon Farm Cumulus.
Great, thank you.
Somebody needs to collect your forms.
Sarah's going to collect them.
Because I
You don't have to. Perfect, thank you for collecting them. You are next.
So I have a friend having a little girl.
I know. This is the Heritage Fingering, which is really nice for babies. It's superwash merino. The pattern is, because I had a sweater pattern, but this doesn't look anything like it because I did all my own thing. So, but I thought it would be nice. If the baby will be 6 months or 5 months or 6 months at Christmas, I thought I'd make a Christmas sweater. So, yeah, I'm working on the hat. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, so my name is Beth. It's actually only my second time. I came last month because of the Midwest Fiber Fest, which Heather was. I went because Heather was doing her thing, and then I met Alice. So anyway, so these are socks. Here, I'll let you. A book by Wendy Knits, and they are toe-up socks, but I did them top down, and then I did afterthought heels, and it's using Croy sock yarn. So yeah, for my daughter. I would wear them, but they're a little too small for me. So
Very nice. Thank you.
you that you can learn how to make yarn too if you spin. I spun all the darker yarn.
We'll turn it over.
Yeah. This is, it's supposed to be a shawl, but I think it's gonna be a blanket. And it's called the Brioche O'Clock by Julie Knits in Paris.
Hi, I'm Nene Niederman. My first appearance after COVID, coming back to the Knit Guild. This is called Tanzanite. I did it on the knitting machine. As you can see, it's just stockinette, and the lace you just do hand manipulation. So it wasn't that difficult to do. The yarn is supposed to be alpaca. However, I bought it in Peru, and there was nothing on the bag. I mean, all it said was 50 grams for the balls. I mean, no yardage, no meterage, no fiber content. They said in the shop it was alpaca. I don't think so. Maybe alpaca blend, but buyer beware, whatever. My husband lured me on this trip to Peru. He had a conference in Lima, and he said, "Oh, but when we go up towards Machu Picchu, there's a craft market." So I thought, okay, let's go to the craft market. Well, what nobody told us is that when you get on the train, a special train that takes you up to Machu Picchu, you have to leave your suitcases in your hotel back in the city, at Cusco. You're only permitted like an overnight bag. Nobody told us, all we had were our backpacks. Because there's no room on the train. They don't have a luggage compartment. So there I went to this craft market with all of this yarn all over the place. So I got some more.
These are designed, and everybody's wondering, where's the pattern? We want the pattern. Or
We had the pattern at the Mama's house. Oh. There were samples up there.
Okay, all right.
Somebody from up there's gonna be probably.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna look up monsters tonight, and if I can't sleep, it's all your fault.
TKGA, Knitters Guild Association. How many of you knew that the Guild's a member of the TKGA? Discussion time with TKGA, with other guilds. And we talked about things like, how do we get new people? How do we get to know each other? Things that all the guilds are working at. They also have information on things like bylaws, what board members should be doing, all kinds of things. Okay, you want to go back up to membership? Membership. This is the first one. All of these things, unless I tell you differently, you can get into by just going to this website. This tells you that you can join as a member. You get Cast On magazine and a newsletter that they put out. They have virtual meetings, and they have other activities that we're going to cover in a few minutes. So some of these things you'll see more of later. The Guild cannot offer this to everyone in the Guild. You would have to join for yourself to be able to take a class or get information from them. So let's move on to the next. Yeah, back. Education. This is some of the things that you could get with courses. We have hand knitting courses. I noticed there's like 5 or 6 and they're like $35 a piece. These are virtual. You do have to send some things in and get things back because you want to get confirmation that you're doing things right. The marketing course, pattern writing course, mini courses, education brochures on things that you can do. So these are different activities. So let's check the hand knitting correspondence courses. If we go down on this, and see, you can get a lot of information. All right, let's go back up just a little bit. Not that hard. I want to see the classes. Okay. Learn to knit, some of the basics, courses that you can take. They tell you everything about them. And this is where you see this one is about $85. And they are international. Is the reason they have some things that they're mentioning that. But these are different courses that you could take. You cannot find these unless you are a member. So if you see something here that looks interesting, you can do that. Now, the Shetland Lace Workshop, I'm curious if that's the one I took. And let's see who the teacher is. No, not the teacher I had. But this is one of the things that I'm interested in, and I would have taken this. I did make a mini shawl sampler about this square. Haven't even gotten it blocked yet. Too many other things going on. All right. So this is under education. The other one, the next big block is certification. Okay. So who wants to be certified in something? Here it goes. All right. Some of this stuff, just so you can say you did it. This one is talking about the Master Knitting Program. We have somebody in here who took that. Who is that?
Eileen McKelvey.
Yeah, she didn't make it today. She ended up not making it? Yeah. Okay, we have her sample up here of the things that she had to do, so you could come look at it. The thing we don't have is her final project. What this is you have samples, you have swatches, you have to send them in, you have to talk about them, you have to document everything. Some of this I learned because the newsletter that they just put out, they interviewed a master knitter. And the first question I have is, who would want to do all of that? Because you're just doing swatches, you're just perfecting your knitting, yes, but you're also writing papers on the history of knitting or something like that, and it changes every couple of years. And it takes about 3 years to do it. So you have to be very committed. Well, the last thing you have to do is a sweater. That's what we're missing here. That's your last project that you have to turn in. I happen to have been in a class on Ornberg lace, and one of the other class members was one of the judges for the Master Knitting Program. And he told us a story about somebody who had finished the course and they finished their last sweater. They got it ready to block and they put it outside in their best place to block in the sun. Forgetting the mulberries were in season. And the birds went over. So she explained that, it had stains and I couldn't get them out, but I hope you'll accept it anyway. They said, yes, we could see the knitting, so you're accepted and it's passed. But, you'd feel horrible doing that and have to redo the whole thing with the time constraint would not be easy. So this is one certification that you can do, and you're free to look at this after the meeting. Some of the others, professional knitter, how many professional do we have here? How many want to be a professional knitter? You have to knit to timelines and dates, and you have to knit what they want you to knit with. Certification for instructors. I'm not sure I want to learn enough to do that. I'll teach them how to cast on and knit. After that, or whatever they ask. Certification for technical editors. I think some of them need some certification from some of the patterns I've read. Certification for knitting judges. This one again, you have to write up some things and do some investigating. I do judge knitting, but it's more or less by the seat of my pants and there's nobody else to tell me I'm doing it wrong. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Certification for knitwear designers. Again, if you want to make your own design, this may be helpful. So these are all available if you are a member. So I don't remember if they told you how much the master knitter was. Did you see that in there? I think you have to click on it, but it's not really cheap, and you do have to do a lot of mailing. And they're saying, you know, one of the things they were listing. Pardon?
I wouldn't join now for anything, because you told me all the negative things about it.
Well, like I said, the other classes are a little cheaper, and there are some other things in here that we will use. All right, here we go.
This is the
It doesn't have it.
No, I don't see a price.
Click
No.
enroll here.
We'd have to enroll.
Let's see, maybe they'll tell us. Oh,
No, you're not signed in, so they won't let you. Or as an individual, you have to sign in as an individual. So, let's move on. Publications. They have a lot of them. Cast On used to be a magazine that they sent out all the time until the company that published it says it's not worth our money. That's the reason it became mainly the Master Knitter program. Took over the rest of it. They still have an online magazine, and you can, as a member, you can look back at some of the others and get program ideas and patterns. Why does it only have those? Because there's also a newsletter that goes out about every 2 weeks. Yeah, and you can add to, send them submissions, is what they're saying. That's all that is. So, guild and groups. This is the listing, and I did find us on there. I don't know where the group. Yeah. So if you are, I found the listing, and I didn't think I had to sign in. Do you remember, Susan?
Yeah, I'm signed in, so I'm not sure why it's not showing me stuff.
But there is a list, and there are international. And I don't know where I found it, but there was also a list of master knitters, and Eileen is listed as the only Missouri resident that has master knitter certification. Well, here's more about some of the things that they have. We already mentioned correspondence and the certification programs. And this is touting what the guilds would get. One of the other things that I remember from the program we were part of is that they pay $10 a month to Google to be one of the first things listed if you put something with knitting in. So if you go searching, they come up as one of the top sponsored ideas to find. So I guess if we wanted to do that, we could make our guild up there at the top when somebody in this area looks. Let's see, where else? Let's find a guild. Member resources. Here's the list of all the publications. So this is Cast On. The newsletter that just came out, here are some of the things that they would have in this current issue, and then they have a list of past issues so you could find other articles in the past. You can see they go back quite a ways. But the newsletter is something that probably was originally mimeographed and now it's online.
Mm-hmm.
And I found it interesting to look at. This just gives you a list of what they have in there. The design contest is something, this year it was socks. If you can design socks between now and October, you can enter them in the design contest. The courses, graduates, meeting a member, a guild chat with the Green Mountain Guild. That's a book review. This is looking at past Cast-On magazines and trying to remember what the knitter was. You want to click on and the winner is, it's somebody submitted something. They asked about your favorite knitting group, and these were the people that submitted something about their favorite group. So if you had a favorite group with your knit in, you might be able to get in there, and they do get prizes for submitting an article. Let's go back to that one. Okay. Contests and events. Where?
Go down.
Sorry. Oh, we forgot that one. The information of virtual meetings. I think that's where we was. Okay, this is meetings that you could go to. These are not the ones I was thinking of, but these are upcoming meetings that members can join. So if you like slip stitch, that's a good program to look at. The other one was the virtual classes. You have 6 months that you can look at them 1 or 100 times. And so you don't have to sit there and watch it live if you don't want to. Let's go back, because I want to find the classes that are available. Under information, virtual meetings now.
Under resources?
Mm-hmm. Let's try the instructional informative videos. Okay. This is an overview and different things. Yeah, these are resources for Master Knitter Program. Master Hand Knitted, MHK. So this would give you a whole bunch of information on the program. It looks like you could look at it without being signed up for the class here. I know there's classes or programs that we can.
Yeah.
We're trying to find those under. Okay.
Pretty sure.
There's another one.
I know where it was, because I saw it. Sorry, my navigation's good. There we go.
Knitting resources, is that where it is?
I think so.
Cast on archives. Scholarships. Another way to get into things is to have scholarships for the programs that you want to go to.
I don't know where it is, May. I know it's there, but I can't find it.
Yeah, I can't find it either. So let's go on to events and contests. All right, the knitting retreat is coming up quickly. That's November 2nd through the 5th. I believe that's the same weekend as the Ozark Fiber Festival, so you have to choose. But this one included a visit to a yarn company that makes the yarn in their area. I can't even remember where it is right now. Yeah, Cedar Rapids. There we go. Charlotte, North Carolina, that's where it is. And I didn't even bother to check how much it was going to cost because I'm teaching that weekend, so I can't go. But it looked like an interesting activity. If you have not gone to some kind of a retreat or get-together where you have classes and communal activities and knitters that you have never met before, it's really interesting. You really learn that you don't know everything. That there is 101 ways to do everything that you've always done one way. So, if you'll notice, I did notice here, Patty Lyons is teaching 3 classes and all of hers are full already. So you have to choose some of the others. So I thought boot camp was a very appropriate class. Okay, and if we go back one, the other is the contest. Deadline is October 1st, and you are to make your own sock design. Well, I think I design socks easier than I would a sweater, but I'm not sure I'm into designing right now. But that is one of the things they do every year. They have that kind of a contest. Now, I did not see this one up here, but they are planning a virtual retreat in April of next year. They're expecting some 500 people to join as participants, and they are still gathering the teachers that are going to be teaching at it. So they actually have an application up there if you want to try to teach. One of the other things they have is, I didn't see it there to find it, but there's a list of instructors and what their qualifications are. Not that they're saying, hey, we need to do this, you need to use these people, but just that they are members of the Knitters Guild Association, and they do teach in different places. One of them I find here is from the spring is Yarn Overs and Creating Lace by Debbie West. We can find those and we'll send those out. There was 3 of them. What it is they have board meetings that they have professional knitters, designers, people come in and give programs to them. They're anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes. And we have access to them for the group at a time, but we cannot give them to individuals. But one of them that I saw looked interesting, and I can't even remember which one it was. But they had 3 of them out there that were available. And if you're not aware, doing the educational programs, you really have to dig hard to find programs that are interesting. So this would be helpful. They do have resources in the newsletter from other members who have tried activities that we could also try, so that we're not inventing the wheel again. One of the things that a couple of the guilds were concerned about was, hey, we're cliquish, we don't know everybody, we don't get to know everybody. And Susan shared the 4 corners that we used to try to find out more about other members. And we felt that was helpful, and they appreciated it too. And another thing that was brought up was mentoring, or a program called a guide, where we have people who have been members for a while that somebody new comes in and we say, here, go sit with this person. Something like Tony replicated. How many of you would like to work with that and set up your own table at the Founders Day Luncheon for people that you don't know? It's a good time to get to know people, as well as encourage them to visit knit-ins. Sometimes you visit 2 or 3 before you find one that you really feel comfortable with. But that's okay. You will learn something different from each group that you go to. So, do I have any questions this brought up? Are there any of you here who are members, individual members of the Knitters Guild Association? Anybody? I was a member for a while until I decided I had too many magazines already. But it was useful to read the magazines, and like I said, we used to get them, and I don't know that we can get the magazine for the members. We'll have to try that and see what we can get. So that's just a little bit about the Knitters Guild Association. Anything else?
If, as members of the guild, how would we log on? How would we be able to access the
You cannot
information?
access everything. You can log on and you can get some of the major things, but then it'll say, wait a minute, you have to be a member to do this. You have to log
But
in.
how do you log on? I mean, is there a password or something?
No.
So
To log
you
on,
have to be an individual member. So we as a guild have logins for the president and for education. So we as a guild can access a lot of the resources for guilds. but the individual members, you have to create your own login and join as an individual member so that you get access to
But you
other
do get
people.
access to the individual things. You can always look up the local guilds. Those are available to anybody who opens this website, TKGA.com.
.org.
.org, I'm sorry, I just double checked that. You can look that up and you can see the different things that you could look at, and you'll run into blocks if they don't want you to see it without a membership. But you can get to the main website. Go back to the, yeah. There we go. And you can see some of these things. They would give you some general information, but they would not give you specifics until you join. Any other questions?
How much does it cost to join?
I believe it was the $35.
I saw that.
Join today probably would be the better one. $35 a year. And you get the magazine that have a lot of things, the newsletter, virtual guild meetings, design contests, limited night offer benefits. That one of those was the nitpicks discount. And then you would have all of the list of certification education courses that you could take for a different fee. And like I said, the next April's retreat is going to be virtual, and they are looking for teachers. So if you think you have a skill you're really willing to share, they would have a moderator which would help by reading the questions that people are doing while you're teaching, because everybody's just going to be typing them in. Anything else? All right, I'll put in a plug. Shh, I can't hear her question.
They have virtual meetings. Is that free to members, or is that?
Some of them are free to members. The retreats are not.
Right.
But the actual the virtual board meetings or guild meetings, yes, those are free.
You know, I used to be a member about 20 years ago when it was under a different ownership. And I think my takeaway today is that not only do offers meetings, I know Chicago and actually offer meetings. 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's a bi-monthly virtual guild meeting. And it's basically put on by the board members.
Right.
And that's where they have the classes that they are now taping to make them available to us as a guild. So, yeah, they're doing a lot of things without doing in person. I think the one retreat a year in person is all they're doing. And I know I went to one. I was a member probably 20 years ago too. And they advertised an island retreat knitting group. So I thought, well, I'll look on it. It's probably in the Caribbean. It was Mackinac Island. I went to Mackinac Island on my honeymoon. And my husband had just retired. And he says, well, you know, I was thinking we needed to go back to celebrate our anniversary. So we signed up for it. Do you know anything about Mackinac Island? It has a grand hotel. For the grand hotel, evidently geraniums are a special flower for them because all of the carpeting is geraniums. The rooms are old, but nicely furnished, all different. There are no two the same. We actually stayed in the room right next to the presidential suite that no president has ever sat in. And we had classes. We had a tea the first night. Then we had 2 days of classes, morning and afternoon, 3 hours each. So we got there and we ate the tea. We went to dinner. We got up the next morning, had breakfast, class, lunch, class, dinner. The only comment they came back with for the next year is, too much food. We're not doing enough. So they took lunch away, I believe it was. So, but there are other places, it is a tourist attraction, so there's plenty of places to do. So it was very interesting. They did that 2 years in a row before they actually lost the magazine and had to cut back on so many things. But it was a very good, they had 4 different teachers, the Orenburg lace, blocking, finishing, and the other one of them was Fair Isle. But they treated us very well. Oh, the one point for the Grand Hotel, you had to wear a skirt to go out or a very nice pantsuit, and men had to wear a suit coat or sport coat after 5 o'clock. And theoretically, you couldn't go into the Grand Hotel unless you had a reservation. But it was so well known, lots of people came in just to look around. And it was worth it. So those are the kind of things that you can get when you look at retreats. Any other questions? If not, have a look at the swatches up here and see what she had to document. There's a lot of information in that little booklet. Thank you.
I want to thank everyone for coming today. I hope we got a lot of knitting finished, worked on, and I will be your hostess next month also. Yay!